I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Meet the Frasers. We're talking season 1. We've got episode 9 that we're gonna get into.
Yes,
so
we do.
excited to be back, but I'm not doing this alone. A lover of all things entertainment. Give it up for Ashley.
Hey guys.
And she is obsessed with psychic mediums, and this is Carla.
Hey everyone.
And my name's Rachel, and I'm just a lover of all things reality TV. So, loving
Perfect panel.
perfect panel. Love reality TV. All right, guys. Well, let's get right into it. Well, we've got a lot to look forward to. We've got Carla's special segment coming up, and we do have some news. So stick around for all of that. But I want to quickly get into our overall thoughts of the episode. Ashley, what do you think of this episode?
I thought it was actually really exciting because we're finally seeing Matt get the proposal together. They're going down to Florida. It's just so fun to see the behind the scenes of everything go down.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for Maria. She has to control a group of like 6 adults, and then the whole thunderstorm or storm that was heading toward Miami. That looked awful. Like, how's he gonna pull it off? You know?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was a great episode getting into the meat of it. You know, I had to catch up because I wasn't here the past 2 weeks. So it was really cool to see where it led to. I was like, oh my gosh, she's actually doing it. So,
I know.
Yeah,
Which
so-
what we talked about last week when we had him on the show, how he said he was not. And then now I feel like we're on a cliffhanger again. Last week we felt like it was a cliffhanger, and still here we are. Is the proposal actually going to go down?
Yeah, in the previews it looked like it might. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
But let's get right into the top of the episode.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So we had a very interesting scene here at the top. Matt was putting on some Spanx because he said, "I am gonna look skinty for my engagement photos."
Okay, honey.
Yes, he said, "I will not. I will look skinny." So he's putting on these Spanx.
It was the first time, I'm just going to say this, it was the first time I've ever seen a man in Spanx, and I could not stop smiling and kind of giggling to myself, like, what is happening? What are we watching? It was kind of amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't know men needed Spanx. Like, what are you trying to hide? I feel like men's clothes already hide so much.
Right.
Exactly.
That, like, do you need Spanx? No, probably not.
No.
Yeah, I was like, don't put the Spanx up. You're putting down the goods
package.
downstairs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe get like a wrap or something.
You want
for the stomach if that's what you're self-conscious about. But I was like, don't hide the goods, honey child.
Yeah.
You want a bulge.
Yeah.
Exactly. We want to see that. Okay. He said that putting on those Spanx was as hard as giving birth.
I will be the first to tell you as a mom, that is definitely not true. Spanx are definitely a beast. Does not touch anything near child rearing, child birthing, anything that has to do with children. No.
Yes, you've given birth. Carla,
Yes.
what about
Absolutely. I don't know. I have no idea. What about you?
I've never given birth,
Okay,
but it
we're on the
seems
same
to be
boat.
a very difficult task.
It is.
Ashley would know. That was a funny comment. Well, then we had Maria who walked in on the scene.
my God.
She seemed very disturbed or distraught.
Wouldn't you be if you walked in on your brother or any family member or even my husband? I'd be like, what in the world are you doing? Stop it right now. Take those off. Get out of here. No.
Yeah, I think one time when I was very much younger, I almost walked in on my father one time, and I could mortified. Thankfully, was fine, but mortified. So I can't even imagine what Maria was thinking when he actually
showed her.
He actually showed her,
Like, flashed her.
He said, I've got my pants up," and then she turns around and there was all.
I'm like, is that appropriate? Like, they're 20. Well, he's like 27, right? To
Yeah.
show your
No.
sister.
Yeah.
You know what I kept thinking? Don't you think behind cameras there maybe were some sort of underwear? I was like, surely he would not show her the legit, like, raw goods.
I think he would.
I was thinking he was loud and proud, to be honest with you.
No.
I think he was Chippendaleing it out.
Yeah,
if
he
you know
was
what I
about
mean.
it. She wanted to get paid for seeing his goods.
You guys, we've never laughed more in an after show
I know.
than we have tonight because it's just such an awkward thing to talk about.
It was very awkward, but
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of funny, to be
was
honest
so
with
funny,
you.
yeah.
I laughed during it.
This is good TV.
It was good TV.
It was a first for me, for sure, though.
But, okay, so that happens. And then we get into, so he's going to sneak the entire family down to Florida.
Yeah.
What a task with this family.
Yeah.
But we also had a moment where Alexa is trying on her mother's wedding dress. I thought this was actually a very beautiful moment. But what struck me as, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how I'd feel about this, but she got divorced.
Right.
So how would you feel about that if that was your case?
I know. I think you're saying like maybe a bad omen around the dress or just bad energy, which I definitely believe in energy like that. But at the same time, it's your mom's dress and you love your mom. So anything your mom does, I feel like she'd probably want to do too. And they seem super close. So I can understand her mom wanting to share that with her. I highly doubt she'll actually wear that as her wedding dress.
It's pretty.
It is pretty, but maybe she'll have it altered or maybe she'll do something with it as a second dress or do something cool with it. But yeah, I don't know. That is kind of weird to wear as your only wedding dress.
No, yeah, I agree. I think it's one thing if, let's say, her mom and her dad have a really great relationship now, but she referred to him as a hernia this episode that you just can't get rid of. So I wouldn't want to put that dress on. It feels like a lot of bad just juju all over it.
Juju. I would feel a little weird. I feel like but I wouldn't want to disappoint my mother, and this being a very big Italian family, very close traditions. I can see her wearing it. She didn't seem to be very put off by the fact that this was the divorce dress. Probably because she has a great relationship with her dad. Or her dad. So I don't know. I think that she'll go through with it just because of the close Italian traditions.
Really? Okay.
I think she might.
Wow.
People do that? For weddings?
I don't know. I've not heard of it, but maybe this is true.
I don't know. She seemed like she wasn't really put off by it.
No, she wasn't. Well, one thing I wanted to say too is after all this planning and secrecy and him telling the mom don't tell her anything, didn't you guys think it was weird that she's like, oh, try on my wedding dress? Like, Alexa's not supposed to know about anything of the proposal is going to happen. And just like, out of the blue, try on my wedding dress? Like, isn't she giving it away, kind of?
Kind of.
I think so. I would put 2 and 2 together. Like, why all of a sudden are you bringing out this dress, Mom? Like, you could have brought this up a long time ago. They've been together for a while.
Same, yeah.
I think it gave it away.
Yeah. I think it gave her definitely some hints that was going to be going down. Plus, I mean, if I was on a show like that, I would be like, okay, so we're getting near the finale. What they gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, like a big bang?
You could. She probably put 2 and 2 together with that. We're thinking, okay, well, we've filmed this amount of episodes. Maybe this is probably going to happen. I don't know. I bet she's got an inkling that it's going to happen.
Yeah, it would be fun to talk to her now and see how it all went down. If she knew this was being planned all along and he thought he was being so secret about it, but I bet she was catching on to some things.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, before we get into our next topic, I just want to briefly talk to you guys and thank you so much for supporting us, leaving your comments, letting us know what you think. Your opinions mean so much to us. If you are listening on iTunes, give us those 5 stars. And if you are watching or even just listening on YouTube, give us that thumbs up. All your support means so much. AfterBuzz has done a lot for me and for my co-host as well. So
definitely.
Yes. So thank you guys so much for your support. Again, we love hearing from you and love ya.
Love you guys.
Love you. So let's get into the nitty gritty of this episode, which was Maria had to sneak down the entire family to West Palm Beach, Florida. Love Florida. So we got Theo, we got Tony Two Toes, okay? We got Sharon, we got Angela, we got Rob, Tony Two Toes, Ava. So we got the whole clan going down there. How stressed would you be, Carla, if you had to wrangle this entire family?
I would pretend to be sick and just stay home. I'd be like, put this on someone else. It's way too much.
Yeah, it is.
Everyone acts like a child. I feel like the most calm person there was Alexa's sister.
Ava.
She hardly even spoke. I think she was afraid. I would be too.
Yeah. I would be too.
Yeah.
Maria was definitely on one, but I totally get where she's coming from because the family is just like, it's a circus. It's chaos. And then the mom, Angela, posting, was it Twitter that she posted at the airport?
It was on Facebook, I think.
Are you kidding me right now? Like, I would literally lose it if I was Maria, but especially if I was Matt. I'd be like, actually, you're disinvited. Go back to Rhode Island.
I would be so pissed off.
Yeah.
I would have been livid.
Yeah.
Because it's clear Angela just does whatever she wants to do, and she doesn't care. So
0 Fs. I know that for sure for her.
If she was my mother, that would be very trying.
Yeah.
That would be very trying.
Totally.
We also saw, like, at one point, they were wanting to go down to the pool, or they were wanting to go down for drinks at one point when they're up in the hotel, and Maria's like, guys, what do you not understand by if they see you anywhere, you have to stay upstairs?
Them and the camera crew.
Yeah.
Like, how are you going to miss a whole crew of people? You know what I mean? It's impossible. But what it killed me was when he took the phone call from his mom and put it on speaker.
I thought that too. That was actually making me mad.
I was anxious watching it. I was like, any word she says that goes the wrong way and gives Alexa a hint, like, your cover's blown.
Yeah. I didn't know if that was because maybe for the production of the show, they have to put all the phone calls on speaker so that production can hear it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But
that's
don't
a good
they have
point.
Angela's mic too?
Yeah, exactly. So I was thinking to myself, this feels maybe staged. Like, why would you pick when you were right by her?
And chance it. Yeah, she's right here, and you're
Not
going to
worth
chance it after all this planning and secrecy. So, it didn't
Because
feel
when he
worth
did
it.
his confessional, he's like, she's going to blow the whole thing. I'm like, you're going to blow the whole thing. You got it on speakerphone.
Also, men sometimes just don't have
They don't
a
get
lot of
it.
brain
Well,
cells
it's
going
true.
on.
Yeah.
And, you know, so I don't
He maybe could just not be thinking, but he's so particular.
But also, you guys, there's a big elephant in the room, because why in the world would you take Alexa to the spa at the hotel where your family is also staying when there are a million other places in West Palm Beach that you could have stayed, right?
Yeah.
True.
I mean, I was thinking that the whole time. I was like, this is just a recipe for disaster, and either this is for the show or you are just that big of like, hello, airbrain. Yeah, like, I don't know.
I saw where he was coming from with it, with her being isolated in a room. But of course, the going to the spa in the same hotel, maybe take her away from the venue so that there's no chance of being ran into.
That's what I thought.
I think another factor is Angela going around saying, I'm Matt Fraser, his mother, the famous medium. So then they see Matt and they're like, hey, we saw your mom over there. She said you're the famous like psychic medium. And then cover blown.
Yeah.
So many factors.
So many factors.
Yeah, there was a lot. There definitely was a lot. So we see Matt running around in his robe, and we saw, you know, they're gonna plan this with rose petals and twinkling lights and everything. It seems like it's all gonna go so amazing, but no, it won't, because we got a major storm coming in to Florida. So we get a... Sorry, guys.
You have so much energy today.
I know. I love
this all came
it.
from. I'm like, so then we get this. So we get a major storm coming up. What are the chances of this happening?
I mean, you can't make this up. And especially for Matt Fraser, I'm like, did no one tell you on the other side that your proposal was about to get ruined after all this romantic gestures and big to-do and bringing the whole family down? And was there not a plan B all along? Because Florida, it rains a lot.
A lot.
Yeah, I'm like, well, what if like a producer or somebody like looked at the weather like, yo, we gotta go to this day because it's gonna rain.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be great. But, I mean, that's coming from, again, if you don't know this, I've been on a reality show, so I know
behind the scenes,
I know
sort of.
Behind the scenes can be a little bit, and we all know reality TV can be a little staged sometimes. I'm not saying that the scene was staged, but I'm just saying, I don't know, this little cynical part of me is going, oh, well, maybe.
Yeah, it was the perfect storm.
Oh, yes, the perfect. But I don't know. What do you think? Do you think, I mean, we saw a little bit of a preview.
Yeah.
It looked like they were outside.
It looked like they were indoor.
Yeah?
To me, like, they were looking like...
I thought they were outside. Okay, maybe.
Well, there was tables, like, with white linen on them, and I think I saw walls, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think...
So maybe they moved it inside.
They had to. What are they going to do?
Yeah.
Get rained on?
Yeah.
It looked bad.
It did look bad. Maybe they pushed it back another day. I didn't know.
True.
So
Yeah,
that's true.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how this all goes down. Is she going to say yes? I mean, she seemed like she was... in the episode before, she didn't know she wanted to get married anymore.
I know.
But I think she's going to say yes. But that's predictions.
If I were her, I'd be a little offended, to be honest. You see her, like, being really strict about preparing for her pageant, and now you're going to do something like propose, which is completely against the rules, so then she backs out and becomes a wife, or... I don't know. That just seems like... That just seems like a conflict of interest. Like, is the show...
selfish.
Yeah, exactly. Like, is the show more important? You know, is, like, your show more important, or are my goals... Is being a wife really what I want to do right now? It's just a lot.
I wonder, you know how there's the technicality you can't be married? I wonder if you can be engaged.
Yeah.
So they're going to hold off to get married until after she does all her pageant stuff, but they're just engaged for now. Maybe that's a way around it all. I guess we'll see how it all unfolds next week, but that was just my thinking. I was like, if she does, it seemed like she was going to go through with it in the preview for next week. So I was like, this is the only way that it's actually all going to work out. She's still going to be able to be in the pageant and get married.
I mean, I'm sure y'all discussed this last week. Were y'all surprised when he actually was going to propose?
Yes,
Very.
totally.
He lied to us.
Yeah, he did lie to us completely.
I'm offended.
I just feel like it was a little out of the blue.
Yeah.
I was just like confused because
Same.
he's been so adamant about not proposing, and all of a sudden, oh, I think I'm going to propose. And I was like, oh.
Yeah. It did. It seemed really sudden, and all season long too, not only to us, but during the show, he was talking about how
ridiculous.
Yeah. He was like, you are moving too fast, you're too young, you're too this, da-da-da. And now
I want
all
her
of a
to live
sudden,
her life.
Yes.
I don't want her to feel tight, like all this stuff. And then all of a sudden this happens.
And
So
he's gung-ho on, and he's planning some elaborate thing.
So I Googled it, ladies. If you're competing for a state pageant or Miss Universe, you can't be any form of
can't be
married. You can't be
engaged.
in any shape or form of married or engaged to be married.
Whoa.
So that's I don't
wow.
know.
See, that seems now it does seem a little bit selfish.
Yeah.
And maybe he was being honest about in the interview that they're not going to be getting married or engaged anytime soon.
Yeah.
Because who knows what's gonna.
Maybe,
Wow.
and even
she's in the middle of her pageant.
right.
That's
can't
why
accept.
a part of me feels like she might not say yes.
Yeah.
Or maybe it'll be like an upgrade to her promise ring.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like a
well,
promise ring.
we'll get into predictions at the end, but I want to get right into our news for
Yes.
today. So Ashley, give us that news.
We had heard a while back that Matt was actually going on tour around the country, that he is going to be giving readings and to large audiences. He has told us he was sold out, and we actually saw some news. Today we're seeing it on Salmonek Press that Matt Fraser is coming to Seneca Casino on May 9th. If you guys are in the New York area, you can get tickets for $25, which is a steal if you ask me. I know people that are willing to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars to do readings like this, especially with someone like Matt. So I know the way he works is even in a big audience, he goes around one by one, and like if he's getting a feeling, he'll give you a read, like when he came on our show, you know? So it seems like a really great chance to go and see him. It seems like a really cool casino. Big and Rich are performing there. There's a lot of amazing stars that come through the Seneca Allegheny Resort and Casino. So check that out. Tickets are on sale now, and it's going to be May 9th.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Right. Thank you, Ashley.
Yes.
We're going to have a day in the life of a psychic medium, and that is brought to you by Carla.
By me.
Brought to
So, who remembers Alison Dubois? Do you guys watch
Me.
The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So Camille Grammer, is she still Grammer?
Yeah.
Camille Grammer has a friend named Alison Dubois who stirred up a lot of trouble with Kyle Richards on a dinner party scene, that episode that she was a part of. So her whole fight started off by telling Kyle that her marriage to Mauricio wouldn't end up working out, and Kyle lost it.
Oh, wow.
So she's a psychic medium, and what I didn't know was that she actually, so she can connect obviously to your loved ones that have passed on, but she's also known to have helped law enforcement agencies solve crimes.
Oh, wow.
And to be
There was a whole show around her, which was amazing.
yeah, on the episode, she also mentions how she has a show after her abilities. And to be exact, she actually helped the Texas Rangers and the Glendale, Arizona Police Department solve crimes with her psychic abilities. She was a jury consultant. That's what they called her.
Who again?
Texas Rangers and the Glendale, Arizona Police
Wait,
Department.
but who's the person?
Oh, Alison Dubois.
Alison Dubois.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
literally go back to this episode. It's epic.
It really is.
And what's even crazier is that these law enforcement agencies now deny working with her. But she got a whole show off working with these agencies and helping them solve crimes. So I wonder what the truth behind that is.
I think there's definitely truth behind it.
I think
I
so,
watched
too.
the show called Medium years ago. It was on NBC, I
And
believe.
CBS.
And CBS? Oh, it was. Okay. And every episode was about her. It was based on her. She was Patricia Arquette played Alison Dubois, and her name on the show was Alison Dubois. They used her real name and everything.
This is crazy.
And every episode she solved crimes working with police. She would get these crazy visions and then go out and tell police what she was seeing, and sometimes they would believe her and sometimes they wouldn't. So maybe it was like a love-hate relationship with the authorities, because they couldn't just go off and go to some random's house without any sort of evidence, and if she says it, like, who cares? Like,
Imagine going in jail because a psychic said that you committed a crime.
That's
I would sue for that. So I
Yeah.
can see why now they're denying it. But from the looks of it, it seems like she really was a part of helping solve all these crimes, which I just can't wrap my head around. The show went on from 2005 to 2011.
It's
6
so
years.
amazing.
That's insane.
it's insane.
So now it's like, we knew psychic mediums already have so many talents. Now they actually help solve crimes also.
Yes.
I love it.
I've watched a lot of like forensic files and unsolved mysteries and stuff. So I've seen stuff like this happen. So, but it is like whether you believe it or not. I mean, it's so iffy. So iffy.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for that. That was really cool.
So cool.
All right. Well, let's get quickly into some predictions.
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Because we are getting into the season finale next week. So
juicy.
This whole season is going to come down to, will she say yes or will she not? What is going to happen? Will it be inside? Will it be outside? What is the future of the Frasers? Ashley, what do you think?
Oh my gosh, I'm torn. I honestly don't know. I thought going in here for sure that they were going to get engaged, but now that you just found out that she cannot compete in pageants at all, I feel like I'm reversed. I feel like they're not going to get engaged, or if they are going to get engaged, they're going to call it off later so that therefore she can compete. It's going to be some sort of technicality to delay things and push it back so she doesn't end her career. I don't know.
I think she will. I don't think she's going to say yes, which sounds awful, but I think the family's going to 100% understand why she's saying no. I don't think anyone's going to take it as like an insult or anything, but I don't see it happening just because her goal is to like go to Miss Universe, you know? So it's like, how do you get there? That takes like years of like, so you have to win your state one first, then you go to Miss USA, and then you have to go to Miss Universe. So it's, you know, it's a few years of hard work. So I don't see it happening. And she has the potential. So I would hate to see her say yes and throw it away.
Yeah. Again, you would think that Matt would know this already.
Right.
And would know that this is going to affect her like this. So
he loves himself.
I know. It really almost kind of angers me because you would think that he would know that and that how badly that's going to affect her, you know, her chances and her dreams and her goals coming up. So I do see her saying no, but she wants to marry him. So who knows? She might just forego everything and just say yes.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say that she says yes since y'all are saying no. So we'll just do that.
So we're split over here.
So we'll just do it that way. But
Okay.
All right, well, this is exciting. Can't wait to see what happens next week.
Yes.
But before we head out, Ashley, let them know where they can find you on.
You guys can follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Ashley Foltz.
You can find me on Instagram at Carla L. Contreras.
And you can find me on Instagram at Rachel Swindler, or on Twitter at Rachie Swin, or on TikTok at Rachel Swindler.
Is this a new one?
Yeah, it's a new one. I TikTok sometimes. Anyways, all right, guys. Well, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.